Salut everyone! In this video, we're gonna react to the video made by James Lee, how I broke up with Adobe. And cherries on the cake, we are having the chat with us. Can we have some emote or something in the chat? Like, something can happen in the chat just to say you're there? Let's get into it. Okay, chat. Pop it up, dude.
I had finally snapped. My brain was on fire.
Chat is insane.
Aneurysm, an out-of-body experience. Watching myself, shaking and desperate and screaming. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Adobe had just corrupted my file again.
Oh no. Oh no, dude. Okay, so this is the first time I see one of the video of this gentleman. Like, the animation seems insane. I like the sound effect he put on his voice. I hope it is sound effect, dude. But his file just got corrupted with Adobe. So I don't know if we have like some content creator in the chat, but this is the most disturbing, disgusting things that can happen to you after working like 2 or 3 hours on a project, and it just like crash. And when it crash, I remember, because it happens to me a lot of time before I switch to Linux, I will always trying to guess at which moment was the last save. Because you're like, oh, like if it was like 30 seconds before, you're fine, right? But if it was like 20, 1 hour, 2 hours before, you start to be liquefied inside. I know this exactly with Photoshop, man. I know there's intro where we all have been there, huh, dude? Mirko, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. You just think you're about to be done, and it crash, can't recover, and it's your job. I know, man. Like, this is horrible, dude. So, this is what is living this poor gentleman. And I have to say, like, maybe I'm biased, but it does not happen that much on Linux. I would say it almost never happens. Linux has other issues, that's for sure. But this does not happen, chat.
2 days of my best work down the drain.
2 days, dude.
And so I poured every drop of my secret, simmering resentment into a work of video art.
Oh no.
Breaking up with Adobe. It was viewed 6 million times.
Man, those videos are insane. Those videos are insane. So James Lee, if you watch this video and you don't want me to react to that, it's okay, dude. I'm gonna still put a link in the video description below for you guys to go watch his channel, because it's just awesome. Like, I never watched this dude before. If you want to copyright me, James Lee, no problem. Go for it, okay? I will understand.
Across the internet, it resonated. People were tired of their own codependent relationships.
Oh, this is insane.
Once beloved software, and yet there I was, still crawling back like a schmuck, night after night, hoping this time would be different. But then one night I was
Wait. This is so good, dude. This is such a good image. Please, Adobe, don't do that to me. This is such a good representation of the situation. Like, you're just like crying. Like, you're at the point where, you know, you're about to give everything to get there. I really like that. That's such a good image. And Adobe is just ignoring you, right? You're like, you know, you try to do your best. You're on your knees. But Adobe is like, nah, man. I have something better to do. I like to crash.
Different. But then one night I watched a tutorial on DaVinci Resolve and something changed in me.
Oh, dude, this is awesome. Okay, this is awesome, chat. This is awesome.
I dared to dream. So I built up the courage, packed my bags and said, listen up, toots. You and me, we're done.
Yeah, we done. Like, I really like it, chat. It just, in my opinion, it goes a little bit too fast. But like, this is so good. And Adobe doesn't seem to be happy here.
We're done. I'm making this next project without you. This was a terrible idea.
No, DaVinci Resolve is
Decades
awesome.
of experience with Adobe software, and now I was stuck rebuilding my VFX pipeline from scratch. Everything was annoying, and I kept getting stuck on the most basic stuff. I felt so lonely.
Man, he has to relearn everything. So, you know, I want to make a parallel with Linux. Like, imagine you were leaving Microsoft and you were going to Linux. This is exactly the place you will be in. Because for executing simple tasks, you have some time to relearn, right? And I'm curious to see if it actually pays off for him. Because you can see his pain here. He's like, man, I feel lonely, it's hard. But is it worth it? And I think there is a good parallel to be made between Windows and Linux. Imagine like the Adobe girl in this video was Windows. Microsoft. Think about it, chat.
The key difference from using After Effects is that DaVinci Resolve uses a system known as node compositing. The video signal is loaded.
Man, this is such a pain, chat. This is such a pain. Let's see how we explain it. Wait, sorry guys. Let's see how we explain it. Like I had to use that to make some of the animation you see on the stream. And let me tell you, and it's nothing compared to this. Huh? Like I can tell like the guy is crazy about editing and like content creation. Like just doing simple tasks is really hard.
Compositing. The video signal is loaded from the initial node.
Yeah, look at this chat.
Other nodes which distort and filter the signal. You can split the signal into multiple streams, alter them, and then recombine them before it all flows into the final output composite. I really started to see the benefits of this new workflow. It feels less like you're just stacking these prefab effects and more like you're building your own custom machines. Build them once and then reuse them endlessly.
So you see here there is also a good parallel with like Microsoft versus Linux, because what I like about Linux is like you can build it once you understand how it works, you can keep your file and your configuration and everything and just push it to any other distro. So there is this type of like, you know, aspect of it where yes, you lose time in the first place, but then when you set up everything, the flow itself is better. Like DaVinci is just insane, dude.
Remove any unneeded parameters, and you've essentially made your own friggin' plugin. And there's a whole community of people who make their own, and then they share them with each other. That is dope. And I haven't even spoken about the integration between the sound, color, and the edit.
Listen, DaVinci is the way to go. I think Adobe got at the lead like maybe 15 years ago, 10 years ago. But now it's definitively DaVinci Resolve.
Using Affinity Photo, Toon Boom Harmony, Unreal Engine, FL Studio, Clip Studio Paint, and I love each and every one of them.
Nice.
I'll tell you a secret. I had ulterior motives for breaking up with Adobe.
You know where we are going, chat? Do you know where we are going?
For years now, I've been infatuated with Linux.
Yes! Yes! Bro, he's joining the crew. What are those? Like, Chapter 4 Linux. GNU operating system. Release note. Release date 17 September 1991. Linux. Distro Mint. Cracker none. OS type operating system. Overall rating 75%. Look, it didn't put a lot for the fun. Gameplay, what? Detail, maximum. Music, half. Sound. Okay, let's get into it, dude. He's one of us. Once you move to Linux, you can go back.
Ending my reliance on Adobe finally gave me the confidence to start experimenting with a new operating system. And I was determined to learn about the terminal. Flatpaks.
Yes.
And of course, Fisk. Something that I didn't quite grasp about Linux early on, but I've come to really love and appreciate about it. Is that it's built for you to customize and really make your own. So you might think that there's...
Okay, so... Pas vu control. I guess he went with Mint, right?
Missing features in the sound panel. Well, it's designed for you to install...
Yes! Yes! Finally, someone who is talking about it with a lot amount of sub. Oh my gosh, dude! Do you remember how many times I watch and I show you that, guys? Like, do you remember? Like, I would say at least once a month, I will come and talk about how Pipewire is just insane when it comes to like content creation. So now this gentleman, how many subs does he have? Like almost 1 million, bro. Almost 1 million. This video, how many views? Almost like 550,000, chat. People are discovering the greatness of Linux. Like this for me is the software, in my opinion, that can make the huge difference for content creator. Like this, like people, they don't realize it, but like this is next step. Like you don't have any other alternative like that on every other platform, I believe.
Whatever sound panel you want, and people have made heaps of them. It's basic for a reason, and that's to give you a solid, lightweight base for you to build on top of. A popular distro is Linux Mint.
Okay, well, yeah, I
When
went
first
with Mint.
used it, I thought, I like the taskbar. I like the way the panels snap. I
Yes.
like the way it feels like Windows. But even all that stuff, it's just a pre-installed graphical user interface called Cinnamon, which is
Dude, I can't believe he's getting into that. This is good, chat. This is actually awesome. Like, I'm so happy, like, right now. This is really good. I hope a lot of people are actually watching this video. Because not only, I think he's explaining it very well, but he has, you know, he's putting the nice envelope around it. I think this is awesome, chat.
installed on top of Mint.
Yeah, you see,
You can
exactly.
change it to
Like, this is so good.
space called Cinnamon, which is installed on top of Mint.
Like, this is actually really good, dude. Because here you understand the different layer, which means if, you know, if your brain actually works, you could change the distro but keep the same desktop environment and the kernel, right? So by showing it this way and explaining it this way, I think he's doing a great job. So it's showing like the simplicity of it and how complex it can become, which is literally what Linux is all about. So I really like his perspective there.
Mint. You can change it to something else.
Exactly.
You can make it feel like Mac OS, or have no user interface.
Uh-oh.
Or some interface that looks like something that you've never even seen before. And it
Yes.
feels so snappy. Why is it
It's so snappy, chat. It's so snappy. Yes, yes, yes. He noticed it, dude.
Why is it so slow on Windows?
Ah! Bro, what are they doing, chat? What are they doing? Why not everybody is watching this video? Can confirm it's snappy. It's great that you are sharing his journey with even more people. This is amazing. Dude, this is awesome. Look at him, like he's using Windows right now. Look at his face.
Load a folder full of WAV files. And why does file search still suck? I used it on my friend's Mac OS, and it was instant. That was 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah, he's so right.
I love that Linux isn't giving me recommendations or
Yes.
ups or trying to steal my shit. It just leaves me alone. And don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of headaches. Getting everything up and running is not exactly a wank in the park. But you know, a few years ago, you couldn't even run games on Linux. Now most of them run fine.
Look, dude, we have Mutar playing Dragon's Dogma on this video. I also like the fact he's not, you know, telling you a story about how good it is and, you know, how perfect it is. You know what I mean? I think he's pretty like on point with the fact that it's not a walk in the park. But at the end of the day, there is progression and it's getting there.
It's just such a good time to jump on board, and things are getting more compatible as time goes on. Thanks, Gabe. The thing I like most about Linux is that despite the headaches trying to get
Whoa.
everything to run, there's a real sense of passion and optimism in the community.
Yes! Dude, this is us. This is a community, chat. This is us. Did you hear what he just said? So this is Gabe, obviously, because...
But the thing I like most about Linux is that despite the headaches trying to get everything to run, there's a real sense of passion and optimism.
There is a real sense of passion and optimism, dude. There is a real sense of passion and optimism, dude.
In the community, it feels like technology made by humans.
It feels like technology made by humans. Like, I think this is a great word in chat.
For humans brings a freaking tear to my eye.
A technology made by human for human. It brings a effing tears into my eyes. I think this is really worded, chat. It's really nice to have someone else's perspective about Linux, because sometimes, you know, as a Linux user, you feel like you are alone against the world, kind of. And watching someone else getting into it kind of like make you feel good too about your choice. Like, you are like, dude, it's hard, right? But like, I'm not the only one, you know what I mean? It might sound like really bad about what I'm saying, but like, this is really good, chat.
Reminds me of when I was just first getting into computers, and made me realize how much I've missed that sense of passion and optimism about tinkering around with technology.
Yeah, that's true too. So the aspect of like tinkering around, discovering, learning, and for sure on Linux you're gonna get it. Like if you think you know everything about Linux, you know nothing. This is good, chat. This video is awesome. Let me tell you. So I understand some of you in chat are like, oh, but this is creepy, I'm scared or whatever because of all the special effects. But I think it's bringing a great universe, a great like signature to his content. And man, for me, it's awesome. Like this is art. For me, this is literally art. It's not information, right? Okay, let me rephrase that. It's not only information. This is art. Yeah.
I'd really recommend just installing Linux Mint to a USB stick, running it off that if you want to try it out. Don't worry, homie. You won't break anything.
Don't worry, homie. You are not going to break anything. And I agree with the distro it chose to. Like Mint is the best still for learning Linux. To jump in the world of Linux, Linux Mint is still my recommendation. Even if there is better distro right now out there for gaming, like pure gaming, I think Linux Mint to jump in is the best.
So everybody's been dunking on Adobe and Microsoft lately. I think that both companies have become a symbol of just the general hatred that we all have towards big tech. But clearly for them, they don't give a shit how much.
Yeah. Okay. So now he's switching side. Now we are talking about the other side. Microsoft and Adobe. And I agree, like the overall sentiment is like everybody is tired of them, chat. It's like the subscription system, the fact that it's not stable, as I mentioned earlier, like the technical issue, and the overall like intrusion, right? I'm not even talking about privacy, I'm talking about intrusion at every level of your operating system, which kind of make your digital life a real headache. You know, and people think maybe I'm exaggerating that. But the truth is like when you go back to Windows and you arrive on the screen with like all the pop-up, all the trash, all the advertising and stuff, you don't feel like home anymore. And you're right, like there is way of like debloating Windows, but you shouldn't have to do that in the first place. So we are in this like weird momentum right now where you have like this big company who are just like pushing stuff which are like more like, I would say, annoying and getting on your overall like experience. Everybody is aware of it. And on the other side, you have Linux, which has never been as good as it is right now. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but we know we are going, guys. Yeah, like people are going to switch, dude. Like people are going to switch. Like right now, I think it's kind of like the best time.
Much we hate them. It's about whether you decide to leave.
Yeah, exactly. So it's exactly what I said. It's like it's time to switch, right? And it's more like a decision related to the own user to say, okay, I'm out or I stay there.
A lot of people would like to make a switch, but it can be pretty hard. I get it. It costs time, energy, lost revenue, and they don't make it easy for you to just pack up and bag.
Yeah, man, this design also is so well made. You think you can't switch to Linux because of Linux, but the truth is not that. The problem is that those companies, they literally do everything for you not to switch. Because if they had an alternative on Linux, you wouldn't even have to, ask yourself the question. But there is definitively like a point where they want you to stay there. They just want you to stay there. Because if you don't stay there, they're going to lose, right? They're going to lose control and everything. So I think this image is really, really like representative of where we are at.
It's simply much more convenient to stay with them.
Yeah.
But I've got a little public service announcement about the true cost of staying in your convenient big tech relationship. The technologies we use become an extension of us, interwoven into our workflows, industry, infrastructure, and meshed with the fabric of our culture and society. It's how we spend our time.
Okay, exactly what I was saying. This is an extension of us, okay? I was wording it differently because I was mentioning like our digital space. This is us now, right? You are living the real life, obviously, but you are living through your phone. You are living through your computer too. Like think about the interaction we are having right now, right? And the way he's wording it now is literally where we are at. So if this extension is more a problem than an, like it's more like a heavyweight rather than a tool you can use to do whatever you want in your digital world, now we have a problem, right? And this is literally what is mentioning there.
An interface with reality.
Yeah.
There's a brazen, perverse business culture permeating big tech. It's not to deliver a quality product or solution, but to soothe, trap, and coerce you, to make you reliant, addicted, and dependent. Then they lobby, change the political landscape to their favor, to capitalize on the problem.
Whoa. Oh, bro, he's going so far, dude. He's going so far. Okay. So now he's jumping to the other level, saying like those big tech, they are literally influencing the political landscape to continue to apply their dominancy on us. Guys, what do you think about that? I think he's right, chat. I think he's right. I think about Apple. Think about how they manage, like, the USB connector, the charger, all these stories that have been like totally destroyed in Europe with the, Europe system when they were like, no, you have to do that now. Think about Windows, who also got broke by the European system when they were like, hey, no, you can't install those software, you can't force this Explorer on your operating system. Like, user has the right to choose. I think he's right. I actually think he's right, chat. By just thinking like 1 minute with you guys, I found like 3 or 4 examples which are true. It is insane, chat. I like his perspective.
Problems that they've fermented. The world is spiraling at the whims of a perpetual motion profit machine. A sick competition of power-hungry addicts out to brainwash you, drain your blood, then smash your molecule.
Okay. After it's his style, right? After it's his style. I think he's going a little bit too far, but I agree with him. Apple lobbying against the right to repair. That's right, Luminous. That's a good example too, dude.
Into shareholder profit. Brace yourselves. Truth bomb. It's up to you now to stand up and do something about it. Take action now.
Yes.
Value your privacy. Find ethical alternatives built by people who are not out to fuck you over. Because taking back control of our tools is one defense against the system they're assembling.
Dude, this is so good.
Big tech are descending on you, cementing their monopolies and locking that shit in.
This is so good.
We have this window to act while we can, because the stakes aren't just about a banal feature or a subscription payment. It's about preserving a relationship with technology that's made for us.
Okay, this is good, dude. This is awesome. A technology which is made for us. So guys, I'm going to put a link in the description below. That was us reacting to James Lee, and I'm pretty sure now he's using Linux. So, if such good content can be created on Linux, guys, you have no excuse. You have no excuse not to switch anymore. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bisous, bisous.